Hey there, Capricorn. How are you today? I am so sorry that I did not get this done yesterday like I had intended, but things got out of hand. At any rate, my name is Cheryl Lynn, and I'm here to do your weekly reading. This one is going to be for July 28th, which is today, through Thursday, which is July 31st, okay? We're just going to pull cards and see what Spirit wants to bring up, and we will look them over then. That's how we're going to do this, okay? All right, so this one is for my Capricorns, Capricorns, Capricorns. All right, you guys, let's see what we get. Okay, we're starting with Temperance. Can you see from there? Yes, okay. Followed by Strength. Oh, excuse me. And then we have the Page of Pentacles. So this is your backstory or recent past. Currently, I have you with the King of Cups, the Seven of Swords, and the Eight of Cups. And then your future, we're looking at the Empress, the Eight of Swords, and then we have the Ten of Cups. All right, bottom of the deck for this is actually the Page of Wands. So the undercurrent here has something to do with you searching for some sort of free-spiritedism. It's a new word I made up, but anyways, it's like you want very much to have less restrictions. You're trying to find something less constricting in your life. You want to be more free. That seems to be the undercurrent to this entire reading. The card at the center of your read, so from almost every direction is playing into the equation, is actually the Seven of Swords. This would speak to both strategy and a breakdown in trust. There is really a, right now you are coming from a space where you really don't trust anything or anyone around you, be that situations or people. Everybody you're keeping at arm's length, it would seem. Something here has shook you away in a way that is, I don't know, it's got you very, it's rendered you very non-trusting in general, okay? All right, something that needs to be healed, obviously. Okay, so let's see what we get. We'll see how they play in. We're going to start with the recent past, where I have you with Temperance, Strength, and the Page of Pentacles. So, here in the recent past, it would seem that you were having to draw on a sense of patience in a situation or with a person that was almost too much to bear, is how this looks like. You were trying to be patient, trying to wait something out. It was a lot on you. It was very arduous. It took you had to tap into your inner strength big time to be able to wait out whatever this was. It was just a waiting game, I guess. In the end, in the recent past, it looks as though you began to rebuild yourself, rebuild your foundation. Yeah. So whatever foundation you had must have crumbled. I'm not sure how that plays in, but that's what I've got here. Because you're rebuilding your foundation here in the recent past. However, we couldn't change all this if we wanted to. It's already happened. I'm wondering if this isn't where the lack of trust has come in, though. Whatever this situation was has tapped you as far as the trust situation goes, possibly. Anyways, in the current, where are we currently? So currently you're the King of Cups, or that's how you're presenting. Then we have the lack of trust thing, and then we have the Eight of Cups over here. So King of Cups would say that right now you are definitely somebody who is shut down all vulnerability when it comes to emotion, okay? You are somebody who's staying 100% in control of whatever emotions surround you, okay? If you don't have 100% control of an emotion that surrounds you, you get rid of it. You don't want it near you. You have to have total control in the emotional department for some reason. That's how I see this. That's stemming from the same place that this lack of trust is coming in, because that's the catalyst behind whatever's happening here with the trust control. I mean, with the love control. All right, well, the challenge in this line, so where you're having all this total control in emotion while not having any trust in anything, it looks like, the challenge to that is you walking away from something. You're walking away from something that you still have emotion for, but obviously it is something that you were incapable of gaining the upper hand as far as total control and emotion, and also something where you just couldn't find a way to trust. So that is the reason why you exited, it looks like, or why you're exiting. You still have emotion for this situation, but it's just without the ability to have the control that you need within it, it doesn't work for you. It just doesn't work, is what I see right there. Well, that sounds awful, but okay, let's keep going. Okay, so what do we have in the near future? Sorry. I guess it's not awful. If that's what you want, then it works out fine, but it seems awful to me. I'm not a Capricorn. So what do we have in the near future? I have the Empress, the Eight of Swords, and then the Ten of Cups. Okay, well, I feel that you are presenting here as the King of Cups, so the Empress is somebody else, obviously. This is a female energy. You're very much so up in your head about this person that's in their feminine. You're standing firmly in your masculine right now. Anybody who wants this much control in a situation is definitely in their masculine. Okay. There is a feminine in your atmosphere, or somebody who's in feminine energy. You are very much so up in your head about this person. The challenge in this situation is the Ten of Cups, which would be the emotional fulfillment. I'm sure that this breaks down to, you're going to put yourself in the same position you were just in, right? To find true love, you're going to have vulnerability and relinquish this control over all the emotions, okay? And you have to find trust. So that's why you're up in your head, because you to this point, you're still incapable of both. So on the other side of that would sit the emotional fulfillment. You could have had that in the other situation as well. This is something that you're the one who has to stop. You're the one who won't allow this to go forward. It is you. So you need to work on whatever this trust issue is and figuring out how to find some sort of a way to relinquish some kind of control and show vulnerability so that you can, because you can't control the emotions in a true love situation. You don't. It may think it is, but to have true love, you have to find balance, and you have to have some vulnerability, and you have to allow for there to be a lack of control, right? That's how that works. That is the way that kind of comes together, and that is what you're not doing. So I see it's like a karmic cycle. It's just like, you do have 2 8s out here too, which is a karmic cycle. But this is a karmic cycle that's within you. You are the one causing this karmic cycle. And you're doing it on repeat. As soon as the person that you're with can no longer tolerate the fact that you will not relinquish control and will not open yourself up or have trust, or, you know what I'm saying, or allow for there to be a lack of total control over the emotions, as soon as this wherever you're at now decides that it's going to be the same thing's going to play out again. You know, it's just a matter of, this is something that you have to heal in you. All right, what else we got here? I've got the Page of Wands, so that is the free spiritism, something that you're afraid to get rid of. You're afraid to not have this ability to be a free spirit, because that would somehow bust into these control issues and the trust issues. You have Justice here and the King of Swords. Yeah, you're cold, that's for sure. And still in your masculine. No matter what happens here, you are definitely staying in the masculine, and definitely trying to keep emotion not only controlled, but at bay. You know, so whatever emotions there, you're trying to control, and you're trying to keep as little of it as possible around you. Wow, I don't know where all this stems from, but this is pretty. This is stuff you need to sit down and get grounded and figure out, and so that you can try to heal it, because you will never find the true love you're looking for unless you can figure out how to heal what this is that won't allow you to let it in, is what it looks like to me. Well, that was kind of... Okay, but there you go. Let's see what we got for the days of the week. Oh, those flied out. Okay, let's do those first. What do you got here? They gave me the Death card, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. Yeah, this is still talking about the same thing. There has to be transformation, but this transformation is not within anybody else around you. Nobody else needs to change necessarily. There's not a relationship that needs to change. What needs to change here is you, and how you perceive love, and whatever these issues are with trust and control. There's a possibility. I mean, Ten of Pentacles, I don't know that you have financial issues right now. That's not something that comes out through here. But Ten of Pentacles is very empty if you can't back it up with the Ten of Cups. You know what I'm saying? You need both. There has to be balance. And there is zero balance here if you keep total control. Okay? All right, so let's see. Days of the week. Let's go back to that. Okay, Monday, I've got, so today, the 5 of Wands and the 6 of Swords. You have a lot of inner turmoil and conflict. That's for certain. Okay? Some of it comes out sometimes because it just overflows. The 6 of Swords, you're trying to steer your life into calmer waters, but you can't do that unless you address this problem, okay? Tuesday, we have the Magician and the World. This is you trying to manifest the closing of a cycle, but the cycle you're trying to close the symptoms and not the problem is what's happening here. You're trying to close out cycles. Oh, they're the problem. No, the problem's in you. Okay, that is the issue here. Wednesday, you have the Queen of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. I mean, there's a new opportunity coming towards you with it looks like a new person, but it will have the same result until you fix this problem. That's how that goes. Thursday, you have the 10 of Swords and the 4 of Pentacles. You feel betrayed, you know what I'm saying, because you're trying to hold on to something, but what you're trying to hold on to is your ego, your need for control, and your lack of trust. You got to work on those things. All right. No matter what it says, have a great day. Sorry about that. Okay, I'll be back on Wednesday. Take care.